You may be wondering who Venture in Management Program VIMP is for and how you can stand out as a prospective applicant. Hi, my name is James Popola. I happen to be the 2024 fellow during the 2024/2025 program. I sort of had this program and it was really a good opportunity for me. And so in this video, I would talk to you about what VIMP is about and how you can put your best foot forward, right? All right. So VIMP program basically is a program that is organized by Junior Achievement Nigeria, JA Nigeria. It's a global organization, and the Nigerian part is more like carrying out a project that also develop youth and people that are in Nigeria across the whole 36 states. It is very important for you to understand the basics before you even go ahead and fill the application. Most times there are criteria which you need to pay attention to, and I will be reading this from the official website of JA Nigeria. A Venture in Management program is an annual program of the Junior Achievement Nigeria, since I told you, and it started in 2000. And so till now, they've had over 25 cohorts. And you can't imagine being in that kind of environment and what you would witness, right? Before it used to be like 50 people, but last year it was made 100 people. I was one among the 100 people that were selected across Nigeria. That was less than 2% of people that applied because thousands of people applied. Then we had an interview stage, then we were selected and we were able to participate in the program. So I'm going to walk you through this journey, how it went, what it was like, my experience. So stay well and stay tuned to this channel and make sure you listen and watch this video till the end. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks you can use to stand out because this tips is an insider way to make you put in an application that will make you stand out among the crowd. Follow me. So it's a week-long program. That is, if you start on Sunday, you're going to end on Friday or you end on Saturday. So you have to get yourself prepared, mind prepared, and take work leave if necessary. Beyond that, I need to also inform you that you are going to be live at the Lagos Business School Center. For last year, we had two sets, and the two sets were actually together. The first set are the people that had an in-person experience. They were taken care of all through the week. All you need to do is to get yourself down to the venue. That is a sacrifice you need to make. Find a way and do that. I was willing to do that. However, I didn't get in for that because I had long distance. I was in Jos, and Jos to Lagos is a lot. Booking the flight from Abuja or directly from Jos was something I didn't plan, but I later had a way of doing it, but it was late for me. Besides, I was supposed to attend in person, but due to some events I had that actually coincided with it, we were able to like just go for the virtual. Either the virtual or the in-person, you still gain value from it. So what they did was the 100 people that were selected, 50 were in person, 50 were online. So it was more like an opportunity for you to meet top 1% in Nigeria. I mean top chain makers, top people who are pushing it and doing great stuffs. I mean guys in my cohort, they are startup founders, they are venture capitalists, they are great guys in different sectors who are actually doing amazing things. So I'm going to tell you more about the interview stage, what you need to do and what you should not do, right? So the requirements, in case this is your first time hearing this is a program, it's open to all Nigerians. However, there are eligibility criteria you must follow. And I will tell you that beyond this eligibility criteria, there is a caveat, more like an exception, I would like to share with you. So applicants must be serving youth corps member or recently finished. You must be a corps member or you have finished recently. That's one. Two, you must be 27 years old or younger. That is, once you are 28, you cannot apply. It's for young people that are below 27 years old. You must have excellent academic record. You must have second class upper minimum to be able to apply. You must possess interest in general management. You must have interest in management. Like for me, I've done project management for a while. I've led a team. I've been able to be actively engaged at school level where I was a student leader and all of that. And that was something that I was really interested in. I wanted to know more about management and how I can manage my business. For example, I own a publishing business. I have done business in the area of telecom before I stopped the business. I wanted to know more, and that was part of the story that I gave, and that was what got me in. But beyond that, you also need to have a track record of leadership. I have said that earlier. You need to have a track record of leadership, no matter how small. Were you a class rep? Were you a team leader? Were you a volunteer? Did you lead other people? Or did you even contribute? Leadership does not have to do with you being the person with a title. No, according to Dr. Sam Adiem, he said leadership is the ability to influence one or more people. He didn't say thousands of people, he didn't say hundreds of people, he didn't say 50 people, he didn't say 10 people. Ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals, right? So you can help one person around you and you are a leader. It now depends on how you see it. It depends on how you perceive what you have done. If you don't see yourself as a leader, then no matter how anybody says that you're a leader, you can't accept such because you yourself, you didn't see yourself in that light. And guess what? Nobody came to this world as a leader. Everybody learns and grew. Everybody acquired the skill. Everybody learned it here on earth. And everybody developed to become a better leader. So this program is an opportunity for you to become a better leader, meet young leaders like you, and also network with them and also rub minds with great minds and learn from great faculty members at the Lagos Business School in Lagos, Nigeria. That's a leading business school in Africa and the first in West Africa itself. So another thing is participation in previous JA Nigeria program would be an added advantage. For me, I have not even done anything in partnership with Junior Achievement Nigeria. I had not done it. In fact, I have not attended any program that they organized. So you don't have to be afraid of this. All you need to do, I'm going to tell you in this video. All I need you is to pay attention and pick up your daughter and your pen and write down, right? All right. So if I'm to apply, when they ask you a question, I could see when some people apply and they ask them question, they have a way they respond, and I'm like, no. In this age, I know there is AI, but AI should not take away what you are doing. Like you should use your head, it should be real. Because once they see it's an AI generated uh, just know that you are not serious and you will just be disqualified because it doesn't show that you are really willing to put in effort, and this is something that they are really investing in, and you too should invest in it likewise. You should put in your effort, you should try as much as possible to do what is expected of you. And how you do that is through storytelling, right? How you do that is through storytelling. And I'm going to walk you through this. So if you are asked a question about how did you lead and how was your experience, what you need to do is to mention what you did, what you achieved, how you worked in collaboration with other people. It does not really say you have to say, oh, I led, and I move the people forward. That's good, but you need to mention digits, you need to mention percentage increase, you need to mention impact, right? Anything you are saying, mention impact. For example, I would say I led a team of 7 people in a community of over 150 people to organize more than 10 in-person events that helped to promote the visibility of the organization and also increase our membership database. That's a lot, right? But then if you probably come and said, I was selected as a leader of a student club where I served as a leader and was able to do that for 1 year. That 1 year is still important, but within that 1 year, what happened? What changed? How did the organization move from point A to point B to point C to point D? Not just I saved and I moved. No, 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 no. It's not clear enough. You need to be specific. So when you're asked the question like, how was your um experience like leading a team? You just have to be honest. You just have to be honest. For me, I'll say it was challenging. However, I was able to get along with everyone on the team and also ensure that we're able to meet the deadlines as at when due. That's another way to answer the question. And whenever you're answering this question, ensure you put a personal experience. All you need to sit down, write as many things you have done, pick the most important one and use those questions. See, there is literally no question that they will ask you that no one has never answered. Just go online, check it out. Beyond you reaching out to a fellow to help you, like me reaching out to me and all of that, I understand. But this is an opportunity for me to guide you. And so I want you to first read this um eligibility criteria, read the stories, read the bios of other people, and revamp yours and put it in that regard. Read how people are telling stories. If you can, pay attention to storytelling and learn more about it, right? So straight to the next conversation. Now you have scaled through the first stage, and the first stage is that you have let that selection criteria, you have been selected, and that is why you are watching this, right? What I said earlier are just a tip of an iceberg for anyone who has not applied for it before, what they should expect, the kind of question and how they should answer. But bear in mind that what I have said earlier too can be used for your interview. And here are some of the likely questions they are going to ask you. And I'm going to give you an approach you are going to use to answer these questions. All right. The first thing I have on my list is please do not forget what you have written. Do not forget what you have written. You probably applied for it like 2, 3 months ago, and you're having your interview 3, 4 months after, right? That does not mean you should forget all you have written. That, in a way, it's a way to just because they still have it in their database. So what I would advise you is open a Google Doc, whatever essay you wrote during your time of application, put it there and write venture in management program VIMP application, right? The essays you wrote, make sure you go back to them and read them. That's what I did. I read those essays before I appeared on the interview, right? The next thing I'll say is when it is the day of interview, make sure you clear everything on your table. I mean, get yourself prepared, have it on your to-do list, add it to your calendar, add it to your calendar days before. Make sure you keep in check and you check your mails often, check your spam, and make sure you add it on your maybe on your to-do list or whatever means you use so you don't forget because this is an opportunity that people are looking for. And if you allow this opportunity to slip off you, it might be difficult for you to get back again. So I'm encouraging you that you pay attention to this. These are things that will lead you to the interview, and it also says a lot about you. After that, please, on the day of interview, make sure you appear on that interview ready. Don't dress anyhow on that interview. Don't just put on a singlet and all of that. I know this is Gen Z generation, but it's very important. This is a professional program, right? You put on your suit or you put on your shirt a white shirt and maybe you put on your suit or your jacket. Just dress prepared. There are some opportunities that have just appeared and all I did was just to appear, like show up, right? That tells about your impression because that is your first impression. And this is for young professionals. And they have thousands of people applying across Nigeria. So you can't afford to lose that opportunity by dressing anyhow or not paying attention or not taking care of your hair as a lady or as a guy or just not being serious, right? Because you have to treat it as an in-person interview. You have to treat it as an in-person interview. You have to treat it as an in-person interview and appear there with all seriousness and readiness, right? So the first question is, who are you? When they ask you who are you, can we meet you, can you introduce yourself? All you need to do is to mention you, what you are doing. You don't your name is not important as what comes after your name. What is more important is what you have done and what you have been able to accomplish as an individual, right? You need to mention that and mention it in the light of impact because what JA Nigeria is after is that they want impacts that are coming up from juniors, from young people who are trailblazers, who are promising leaders, and also change makers in the time when there are a lot of challenges in Nigeria, right? Then where are you at? You need to talk about where you are. If you don't know who you are and you don't know where you are at that moment, it's difficult for you to progress because the goal of the VIMP program, Venture in Management program, is to move you from where you are and keep you on track towards where you want to go. So where are you at? Mention where you are at. For me, I said I'm at the cross section right now, and at that crossroad, I'm trying to figure out what the next life would be. I want to go into consulting. I want to do this, that, and all of that. But I know with guidance, with the right mentorship, I can achieve this, right? And when I made that known to them, they were like, okay. Then they asked me a follow question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Wow, that was one of my greatest questions. In fact, if you're my friend and I don't ask you that question, I think our relationship is just short. So when they asked me where I want to see myself in 5 years, I mentioned. And when I mention all of that, and with time, a bit by bit, like what some of the things I mentioned, then I've been able to like put myself on that track. I said I want to go for an MBA. I got admission for an MBA. However, I'm not going for the MBA yet, right? So that tells that when you put your dream out there, when you mention your dream out there, there's something that start working in you, right? And then you have to think, you have to think, you have to think. They don't want to bring people on board for the program that will end up not maybe performing well or making them proud in the respective place where they are. So this is an opportunity for you to shoot your shot, to mention, oh, I see myself in the next 5 years as a master student. When I'm done with my master student, I want to apply for jobs in the corporate and also become a consultant in the future. Right now, I do consulting, and beyond the consulting, I have applied for my MBA. I got in, and I found out that this is not what I need to do right now. I need to re-strategize again. When you have a goal, when you have a dream, it doesn't mean that dream has to happen exactly that time because even everyone in the world has a way of, everyone has a way of maybe like paying attention to how things are going. Don't just jump into the goal because he said, yes, in 5 years you must do it. You have to be flexible. But you don't have to tell them all of this on the call. But what really matters is they want to see that you have a vision. You have where you are going in mind. You are not just living by, oh, yes, what will be. Qua sera, sera. No, 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 no. What will be won't be if you yourself don't know what you want to be, right? So start now. You need to provide evidence of what you want to be, and you have to talk with authority that you mean what you're saying. On the call, some of the interviewers rather, they were looking at me. I'm like, is this guy serious? So they had to ask me more questions. By the way, let me tell you, the interview is a panel. It's not just one person. You might meet up to four people. I think I had four people on the call with me who asked me questions. So if this person meets this question, the person wants me, the other person wants me, the other person wants me. And the interview varies, might be between 10 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I don't know. I've done some of those interviews several times, so it's natural to me, right? Then after they ask you where do you see yourself in 5 years, you tell them, you explain, and then they will ask you, so what challenge are you currently facing? They will ask you, how can this program help you overcome that challenge? Then you have to be explicit. All right. One of the reasons why I apply for this VIMP program is for me to be able to have access to like minds for future partnership and also have access to great resources that Lagos Business School provides in partnership with JA Nigeria. And from what I have seen from past fellows, I believe this is the best fit program for me to explore and be able to stand out and become a wonderful um, champion in the future. So you're telling them that, okay, this is what you think is right for you. And because of this, you are willing and ready to push in and try your best, right? So when you tell them all of this, they'll be like, wow, this person is serious. This person means business. So I want you to see yourself in that light. So explain and tell them this, and all of this. Don't be shy. You don't have to be shy. And say it. You can even say that you believe through this you can be able to raise capital if that is what you have at the moment. Because there you can ask the resource persons that come in, you can ask them questions. I mean, you have time you ask them questions and you can get a fundraise, you can get a capital, a venture capital is just fund your idea and all of that. So then the next question is how active are you in the community? So what problem are you solving? See, nobody is willing and ready to invest in you if you have not invested in yourself and in the community you find yourself. So what problem have you identified and how are you solving that problem? So you've seen problem about education and you have not been able to do it, even if it's just to organize tutorial for children in your community, help them to see themselves become much better like you. You've gone through high school, you've gone to university, you are done, you are saving, you can't contribute to the community. Then how would this program now help you contribute to the community when you have not started? The only thing that is different is, oh, I haven't started my social impact journey. However, I believe through this, while I grow my business, if you have a business idea or what you're working on, you can be able to like help also contribute to society. That is promising. They can allow that. So I need to let you know that you have to be passionate. And guess what? You need to go and read and know about the SDGs. I mean the Sustainable Development Goals. For me, I picked three, and those three SDGs are quality education, which is goal 4. We have partnership for the goal, which is goal 17, and then we have decent work and economic growth, which is goal 8. So in all of this, everything I do revolves around this. So they might ask you question, what SDG are you passionate about? You need to answer them, and please don't forget to mention the you need to also mention how that is going to help you in a broader perspective. I mean, achieve what you have planned because you can't just go ahead be doing everything without a focus, right? So you must pay attention to what you are saying. You don't just say you have to think it first before you tell them this is what you are doing, this is what you have done, and this is what you plan to do, right? That is very, very important. So the next question is, what will you gain during the program? What do you hope to gain from the program, right? I mentioned mentorship, you can talk about funding, you can talk about partnership with fellows and all, right? But beyond that, you also need to mention what you want to do after the program because they are not going to make the investment in you. And at the end, or you just go online just to post, and when you post, you just want to like show off that you attended the program. No, what do you want to do after, right? In fact, there's a capstone project after the program you've done, you'd also be able to contribute. And that's why I started and said 2024/2025, because when you're done with the program for that year, you are able to carry out an impact project within that year till the following year. And that impact project, you'll be grouped with other like minds in your region, in your area. You guys will carry out the project and all of that. So during my NYC, it was at the close. So I sort of had some programs I had to attend in different cities in Nigeria, and I had a project ongoing. So it was clashing. I couldn't. So my best advice for you is that you should try as much as possible to participate in all of these because that will be an opportunity for you to also reconnect with your fellows in your cohort and be able to learn from them. And guess what? You'll be given a certificate, and that certificate can be added to your um CV, for your graduate application and all that thing. It's very, very important. And guess what? When you have the venture in management program certification, it's like an associate degree in the United States, right? It's like an associate degree, like a short course you did in order to gain clarity, right? And the name Lagos Business School is very powerful. When you say, oh, you've done a short program at the Lagos Business School, people will be like, wow, Pan African University. He say, yes, yes, and I'm an alum, you know. Being an alumnus of Lagos Business School is very important, and people want to like, okay, so what did you learn? Start having conversation with potential investors, potential people, and all of that. So it's very, very important that you stand out in your application. And on the day of your interview, please do not miss it. On the day, except there's an emergency, on the day of interview, appear prepared and answer the questions in a good way. And if you observe that the person who asks the question is not satisfied, you can ask them questions. And at the end, you'll be given an opportunity to ask questions. At that point, ask your own questions. Don't just say, oh, this is an interview. So when I'm done, I say thank you. No, 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 no. You have a free slot to ask any of them questions as well. Because nobody is an island, nobody knows it all, right? And then you have an opportunity to shoot your shot. And then you need to make sure you hammer and mention statistics of things you have done. Don't be shy. Maybe by the little you have done, the little you have done is enough for you to amplify. You need to blow your trumpet before the interviewers and let them know that you have been resourceful, you have been doing a lot, and you still believe you are going to do much more. And this is another thing I'll advise you. If you watch this and you're still afraid about the interview, reach out to fellows and ask them some questions that you may still have. In case you have any question, you can drop in this comment. I will be able to answer you as well. But what I've said so far are the things you need for your venture in management program, interview or process or application and all of that. If you are not a core member, if you're a final year student, you can have their website on your watch list. You can subscribe to their newsletter. You can follow them across all social media. Follow Junior Achievement Nigeria, JA Nigeria, across social media. So when they want to do the next application, you're able to apply. And when you get in for this program, it becomes more easy for you to access more opportunities. And also you'll be able to join the pool of past fellows in the past 25 years. Could you imagine? So more like a program that I've had at least 50 people in the past 25 years. That's a lot. And in no time, there's going to be a reunion, a program where you get to meet top people who are contributing to the society. You can imagine most of people that came up on one of our orientation that last year, they were people that were already in the abroad, they were in diaspora, they were Nigerians who are doing amazing things, who are in top organizations, big, big organizations across the world. So their goal is to contribute into you and give you um that um that momentum that will keep you going and set you on the right track for the journey ahead of you. I hope this has been able to like clarify and also reduce your tension about the interview for the VIMP program. I, Popular James, I wish you the best of luck in your interview and I'm rooting for you. I can't wait to hear your good news. And in case you have more questions for me, in case you want to know more about the VIM program and how you can stand out, if you feel like you still need more info, do well to reach out to me. I'm going to share my email address also in the description. Please read the description of this video. It is very, very important. And you can check my other videos. I think it's going to help you as well as an applicant who is looking for global opportunities. All right. See, we meet again. Bye for now. Ciao, ciao.